thank everyone for being here. For how many people is this your first time here? Yay! All right. So, how many people have been coming here like pretty steadily? Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Love you. So yeah, we're just as I've said, every time we're together, there's so much in the news that can make us feel hopeless and helpless, and so many examples of hatred. And it just is my weekly reminder that we are not helpless and we're not hopeless. And there is a lot more love and goodness in the world that, more of that than there is the hatred. We just hear about that a lot. So last week we heard from 2 candidates for District 2, and we have 2 candidates here this week. I want to just say a very, very brief few words for us. So first I'll introduce Cinde Warmington. She is running for the open executive council seat that will be vacated by Andrew Valinsky. She has 40 years experience in the healthcare field and 20 years as a Democratic activist. Are you okay without the microphone? Okay.
Thank you all for having me here today, but thank you most for what you are doing to lift awareness of this really important issue. It's not lost on me that today, when we are here, we're celebrating 4th of July weekend. It's time to celebrate independence, freedom. And I think of the famous words of our Declaration of Independence written by imperfect men. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And those words have inspired and given hope to people all around the world for centuries. America, a beacon of hope. America, a place for people who yearn to breathe free. That's America. And what is going on in that jail is un-American. What is going on in ICE detention centers on our border and all around our country is un-American. We do not put people who are seeking asylum in our country in jail. We do not rip people from their communities, from their families. They are no threat to our society. We do not do that. That is not American. How do they do it? How do they get away with it? The only way they do it is to divide us, to use our diversity as a divider. They use it by convincing people that they're dangerous, that they are a threat to us, that they're different. They use it, they demean us, they demean them, they demean us, and most of all, they dehumanize. Because it's only when you dehumanize someone that you can do what they are doing. It is too hard to look into the face of your neighbor or your loved one and not respond to their pleas. It is too hard to listen to the screams of a child being ripped from its mother's arms unless you have dehumanized them. And we all know the atrocities that happen when you dehumanize people. That's why you're here. That's never again. Thank you. This issue up. Thank you so much for bringing and putting faces on these people. There is, all of us have to do our part, every single one of us. I want to say I'm going to pause and say I'm proud to be a partner at Cinde, a law firm that has committed countless hours of research we can wake up in a new America in January 2021. One that believes that our diversity is our strength. One that believes that immigration is an opportunity and not a threat. One that believes that babies don't belong in cages. We can make America a beacon of hope around the world again. You are starting here. You are doing it. Let's use our voices. Let's use our vote. Never again. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And we also are pleased to have Craig Thompson here today. He's a New Hampshire state representative. He's also a farmer and introduced the sanctuary bill in his city. So we're so happy to have Craig Thompson with us today.
Thank you. You know, my friends, there is nothing I can say that won't pale in comparison to this event today. For those of us who are inspired by the progressive Christian tradition, this gives heart to the parable of the sheep and the goats. I was in prison, and you visited me, that story tells us. It's that story that inspired me as a state representative to visit the men and women incarcerated in our state prisons. It's that story, those visits, that inspired me to sponsor legislation in the New Hampshire House to put our state on a path towards true, meaningful, and concrete criminal justice reform. It's that story that inspired many of my friends and neighbors to support our small town effort to declare itself a sanctuary city.
All right.
Little town of 800 or 900 people. Little town of 800 or 900 people in the hills of the Monadnock region. You are the first in the state to do that. I've never been more proud. And it's that sentiment that informs my entire perspective on public policy. What we do for the least among us, we do for all of us. Now, I stand before you today as a candidate for public office. There's a lot of reasons I decided to run. There are a lot of us running, as you may have noticed. 6 people in this race. We share a lot of things in common. We agree on a lot of things. There's one point, though, in which we differ. When I decided to run, I rejected the idea of accepting contributions from corporations or lobbyists or the fossil fuel industry. My campaign is funded by people, just like you. Teachers, waiters, business owners, artists, mechanics, farmers, people just like all of us. I wish I could say the same about the other candidates in the race, because not all of them have done that. But I rejected, and I will continue to reject, contributions from the CEOs of healthcare companies. They seem to have a lot of money to throw around in the race. I wish they cared as much about healthcare. I'm not interested in the money of the fossil fuel industry. Companies like Liberty Utilities wants to build a natural gas pipeline in here in New Hampshire that will perpetuate our dependence on fossil fuels for years to come. I'm not interested. If you're the type of Democrat that thinks we can do better than the status quo, if you're the type of Democrat that thinks we can aim higher, I might be your candidate. If you believe in a Democratic Party that values fighting climate change and racism and inequality and injustice wherever we find it, I might be your candidate. I'd love to talk more. I'm happy to talk more. You can learn more at CraigThompsonFriendH.com. I'd love your support. And thank you all for what you're doing here.
Thank you so much, Craig. And I don't know all the great songs that Isaac knows. So, I know him from I'd be leading you in some 1960s songs. So, I just want to tell you again, you just touched my heart for being here. Thank you so much. You're here on a beautiful day when you could have been doing a million other things because you care about this issue and you're standing up for compassion and justice. So thank you so much, everyone. Please go to Never Again Action, NewHampshire.org and Never Again Action, New Hampshire on our Facebook page, and it'll keep you up to date with all the things that we're doing. All right. Thank you.